Your exact involvement, what your really role was.
So when this occurred, and we had a request from the Office of the President of the College if Dartmouth-Hitchcock would participate in sending providers to Haiti, I was asked to lead that effort from the perspective of the medical center. And then I worked to recruit physicians and nurses from the medical center, vet them to make certain that they had the skills and that they were themselves medically safe to make a trip such as that, and then to arrange for the immunizations and such that they needed, and make sure that they were covered medically here, so they could go to Haiti, but we could continue to provide.
You mentioned that the president of college, Jim Kim, talked to you about this effort. Did you work closely with Partners in Health when they were down there?
Yes, in fact, Partners in Health was a partner with us all along. We would not have done this without that partnership. They obviously have a great deal of experience in Haiti, and they had people on the ground in Haiti, which was extremely important. In addition, they had people in Boston. So it really was kind of a three-way partnership between the college, Partners in Health, and Dartmouth-Hitchcock.
Had you ever been involved with anything quite like this with the DHMC? Any, kind of trips for sending doctors away, anything like that?
We have a lot of physicians who go abroad to do things like this, usually on a one-off basis. They, either one or two doctors or nurses will arrange a trip and then go to a site in a different country to help. But never really any disaster relief like this, which is different and certainly not on a scale like this. And this was an effort from the entire community. It was not one or two nurses, it was the entire community. I think it's important to remember that a lot of people wanted to go, only some people got to go, but there are an awful lot of people back here who stayed to cover the services so others could do it.
When the first team of doctors landed in Haiti, what was the situation? Did they have to, first get everything, really organized? They just go straight to helping with Partners in Health?
Well, the first team could not land in Port-au-Prince. They landed in the Dominican Republic, I guess Santiago. Partners in Health's specific site is in Cange. They did not need that help there, so our team went to Henge, where there is a hospital, and they began caring for patients right away, that first team. There was not a lot of infrastructure, but they brought supplies, which Dartmouth supplied for them, some of which came from Dartmouth-Hitchcock, some of which were donated by others. Transportation was arranged through Dartmouth alumni, and that was through President Kim's office. They began working right away. There was plenty for them to do.
The community, it wasn't just Dartmouth-Hitchcock, it was Dartmouth as well. How has the community response been? I know there's been a lot of efforts on the college for donations and stuff. How have you felt that?
One of the things I've learned is just how wonderful the people around here are, and it really was everybody. Including our neighbors, our community, who are not necessarily Dartmouth affiliated. Really spectacular. I'll give you an example. A young girl was admitted to the hospital in Henge for typhoid fever, and because of that developed a perforation of her bowel. And our surgeons and one of our nephrologists, Dr. Brian Remillard, saved her life. But then she was not able to be fed because of her abdominal surgery, and they weren't able to feed her intravenously because they didn't have the equipment, and they didn't have the fluid. So I got a call. It was early one morning, I forget the exact time, and it was on a weekend that they needed what we call TPN, or total parenteral nutrition. And I called our nutritionist, and he said, absolutely, we'll get this for you. And he called the pharmacist, and within 3 or 4 hours, everything we needed was on the loading dock, and a few hours later on a plane to Haiti, and that saved that girl's life.
Were there any big bumps in the road through this process? Or?
It actually went remarkably smoothly. I'd have to say that, there were glitches. Sometimes people were held up in transport. I believe at one point, or one of the teams coming back was told they were going to be kicked off the plane, which they weren't that happy about, but that didn't happen. Supplies didn't always arrive where they were supposed to, when they were supposed to. But considering the complexity of this and the absolute disaster that occurred down there, it went remarkably smoothly. And thank God none of our people were hurt.